Hey my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jennifer of Sew with Jennifer, and on today's tutorial I'll be teaching you how to cut and sew this bubble mini dress from start to finish. But before we proceed, if you're not a subscriber on here, kindly like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I upload new videos. So let's get started.
Plus 4 inches, which gave me 37. This 4 inches here is the amount of balloon that I want. If you want it to be bigger or more pronounced, then you can increase your 4 inches to 5, 6, 7 depending on your preference. Then you use your shoulder measurements, then your underbust length. The reason why we're using your underbust is because we're going to be putting a casing inside where your boobs can sit pretty. For those who have bigger boobs or those that have big nipples and they don't want it to be revealing, because we're going to be using this silk chiffon like fabric. Yeah, you can use any kind of fabric so long it's flowy, soft, and it can flow well to the direction of the dress, right? So now we are going to be using the half length plus 3. This is where we're going to attach our elastic band for the front, right? So for my half length, I have 17 plus 3, which gave me 20. So as we proceed, you would understand better what or where we're going to be using this measurement. So let's get started. Guys, I'll be folding my fabric in a bias way, like this. I don't know how my clip got tampered with, but I'll explain what I have here. So what I have here, this line I have here is my shoulder measurement divided by 2. My shoulder measurement is 16 divided by 2 is 8. So that is what I put here. You can see, you just try to make a slight curve here so it can be smooth, right? So remember that I said my gown length is 33 plus 4 inches. You can choose to use 5, 6, 7, 8 depending on how much bubble effect you want. But for me, I'll be using 4, or maybe I can decide to use 5, right? So for this gown, I'll be using 4. That gives me 37. So I'll take my measurement from here. This is 37 here, right? So I'll keep taking 37. Because the amount of fabric I'm using is 2 and 14 inches, it's not up to half, 2 and half. But when I'm cutting, I would like to add like 1 inch for my sewing allowance. Of course, you can use plain chiffon fabric for this gown, it still come out nice. But for the purpose of this video, I had to use this one because this was the fabric that was available. So after cutting off the shoulder part, right, now we're going to, this is where the 24 that we have in the measurement comes in. If your half length is 17, then you will add whatever you added at the gown length to give you the number of what you will be using for that. That's where you're going to be putting your elastic. So if you add 7 inches, this 4 that I added there is the amount of balloon effect that I want. So you can make yours 7. It will give you more volume, but for me, I'm using 4. So my half length is 17, right, plus the 3, which gives me 20, right? So that 20 plus the amount of the effect of balloon that I want, which is 4 for my own case, is giving me a total of 24. So I'll go ahead and mark 24 here from the shoulder to 24. So this is where my 24 ended. So I'll mark it. 24, 24, 24. This is where the elastic is going to be. So for the under bust measurement that we have on our measurement, right, I'll come here and mark my under bust, which is 14. So what I'm going to do here, I'll give it a mark here, 14, and notch. The only thing I'm going to do here is to notch my under bust here. Right, so I have successfully notched my under bust length. Right, so I'll go ahead again to explain what I just did here. So we measured our shoulder measurement divided by 2 like this, and computed our gown length measurement plus the amount of volume we want for the balloon. My gown length is 6 plus 1 inch sewing allowance to the edge. Then the volume of the balloon plus your half length will give you this one, that's 24. So that was just the 9 that I connected to this point. So I'll go ahead and cut this off. So now this is my. So now I'll notch this place as well. So I can do the same mark that I have here. The same mark that I have here, I'll do it on the other side. So that when we're sewing, it's going to be easy to work with. So this part will be for the front part. So for the back, I'll start off by cutting the same thing that I have for the front to the back. So this is the front. I'll place it on it. Don't forget that the open parts will face each other. I have placed the front to this part. I'll go ahead and cut it. Okay, so this is what we have. We have 2. So what I have here, remember, is 24. So after cutting the same thing for the front and back, while I was cutting mine, I didn't know it wasn't accurate at the front. So that's why I said you have to be careful, because this fabric is very fragile and it moves to different positions. So I'll repeat what I have here, 24. I'll do the same marking on this other part, right? So I'll go ahead and do what I have here, so I can connect the lines. So after doing the same thing that we have for the front and the back, I'm going to put this one aside for the front, right? So now I want to measure the back. My back half length is 16, but I'll be using 14 because I will be passing elastic at the sewing allowance. So I'll go ahead and measure 14 here. I'll be using 14, right? So I'll mark 14. So you measure your back half length. Okay, so you measure your back half length for you measure your back half length and add the sewing allowance for where you're going to insert your elastic. So that is what I have here, my back half length or my back waist length, whatever you call it. So this is mine. I'll go ahead to cut this off now. So this part, we're going to be folding it in so we can put our elastic band inside. So now we're going to proceed to cutting our breast cup. So this one is going to be for the back and one is going to be for the front. So let's proceed to cut for the breast coverage. So for the boobs cases, I'm going to use the remaining one that I cut off from the back, right? So you're going to get your measurement from your over bust measurement, from the big part of your boobs to your under bust, right? So mine measures 8, right? So I will mark this line as my starting point. Mine measures 8, so from this point I'll measure 8 inches, right? We have 8 now. I'll draw the straight line. Or right, I'll draw a straight line. That's 8, right? I'll go again from the biggest part of your boobs. 8. Okay, so this is how it's going to be. So don't forget to add your allowance. Now you're going to divide your bust measurement by 4. My bust is 40 divided by 4 is 10, right? And I'll add 1.5 inch or 1, right? So this is it here, right? So I'll go ahead and cut. So now there's going to be elastic here that will gather it. So remove. So after cutting the breast casing, I have gone ahead to sew down the parts where this one is for the back, right? This one is for the back, and this is the waist side. So I have gone ahead to sew the casing part where we are going to be inserting our elastic band inside for the back. Then the breast casing, I have gone ahead to also sew down the part where we're going to be attaching elastic to. Don't forget that this part here is the up part and this part here is the under bust part, right? So to get the amount of elastic that you are going to be using for the waist part, you are going to divide your waist measurement divided by 2, right? My waist measurement divided by 2 will give me, my waist is 32, right? Divide by 2 will give me 16 inches, right? So from this 16 inches I will deduct 2 inches, right, which will give me 14. So I will cut my elastic with 14. You can reduct 3 so that you can, you know, give you the amount. It can actually hold you very well, right? So this is 14. Right, so now I'll go ahead and slot it inside this part. So before it comes out here, I like to take it in more, then put my sewing machine and hold it. Yeah, so it doesn't come out. So guys, after encasing all our elastic, don't forget to notch. Like for me, I notched the under bust side, so I'll know which one is the under bust length side and which one is the upper bust, right? So I have gone ahead to pass elastic inside the casing, and now I will bring the front where we're going to put the breast, this part in, right? So this is where we notched for the under bust, this part and this part, right? So what I'm going to do now is take the under bust. This is my under bust here. I'll pin it to this part from the under bust up here. I'll pin it up here and pin this one up here, right? Then this one I'll drag it to this part, pin this one under bust. From the under bust, I'll pin the under bust and I'll pin this part up here, right? So for the neckline, then we're going to go ahead and do some pleats. Your pleats can measure, you can use 8 for the length of the pleats you're going to do, but for me I'll be using 7. Right, by the time I pleat everything, it must get to 7 inches, and then I now pleated and used pin to hold it down, like you can see right now. I used pins to hold it down, and this one measures, the length measures 8. Can you see that? 8. So by the time we fold in this place, it will come down to be 7. So I will go ahead now and sew this place first and attach my band, the outer neck band, to it. This is our neck. Remember that I pinned down the neck parts, right? Then before you sew the band, that's the outer neck band, to it, make sure to fold this part in, or you sew this part first before you sew your band. You sew this part in, you sew the other part in, right? You sew them in first, then you sew your band. So now this is So guys, we are almost done with our mini bubble gown, right? So I am gonna head to attach the band for the outer neck. I have folded the two sides. I have joined the place where we'll be packing the boots to the front part. Then I have joined one side of the gown. So this place that we notched earlier will serve as the place that we're going to be inserting our elastic to get the bubble effect. So to know the amount of elastic you're going to use your waist measurement. My waist measurement is 32, right? So from that 32, I will deduct 4 inches. The reason why I'm deducting 4 inches is because I want it to hold me very well. So I'm going to use 28. This 28 that I have, I'm going to notch the middle part because we're going to start sewing from mid center to center, right? So it's going to be like this. I'm going to attach this place to this place, then so I will pleat everything inside here. Everything here, I will pleat it on this part. Then this part, I will pleat everything on this side to contain this elastic. So I will take the camera, to the sewing machine so I can show you to understand, so you can understand better. I already divided our elastic and I'll pin it down to the midpoint here, right? So when I pin it down, I'll start sewing. But when I'm sewing, I'll make sure to gather everything on this part, right? Inside this. After we've finished sewing our elastic, this is what we have. So now I would join the other parts.